Uh, Mike, where do you live, by the way?
I live in Jersey. I'm a Jersey guy.
Jersey.
Well, I'm a Queens guy, but I live in Jersey now.
Oh, Canada, eh? Nice. You're Queens, but you're
No,
Jersey. Got it.
Queens, New York, not Canada.
Yeah, I know, but
He's
his beer
talking
is
about the
Canada.
beer, dumbass.
His beer's Canada.
I'm drinking a little Pat Blue.
Queen, you don't live in Queens, Canada? Oh, okay, got it.
No, you never heard of it?
Hey, that's me, Joel-ATX. I sell sports cards on Whatnot. Look at me go. Do you want to level up your game? Then you're in the right place, my friends. On 5 with Joel-ATX, I sit down with some of my favorite Whatnot streamers. See? Look at them. We dive into what it takes to really succeed. We talk about the hobby, the challenges of streaming, what works, what doesn't, and the lessons we've learned along the way. Every episode is designed to make you a better streamer, a better seller, and maybe even a better collector. If you're ready to level up, let's get started. All right. I have 3 of the most unhinged, fun, successful sellers on Whatnot. You guys like that intro?
I do.
Unhinged, fun, and successful. Buckle up, kids. It's going to be crazy. Actually, if you're a kid, beat it. Go watch Mickey Mouse or
Peace.
Blair Witch Project. You shouldn't be here. This is for adults only. I am incredibly excited. I have PatMaHighKnee. I got ThaDarshan, and I got Lynch Card Locker. Say hello, boys.
Yo, yo,
What's
yo,
up?
yo, yo.
Holy cow. I hope you guys are ready for this. I've been excited and half scared all day, all week for it. I am so thankful that all 3 of you guys are in here. So I like to start out with numbers just to set the table. This is a round table. It's going to be unstructured. We're going to do the wheel. We got some fun things to talk about. You guys might have a question that you want to bring to the table as well. I'm gonna go through some metrics, and I tell you what, I was texting my friends, like I knew you guys were really good. I didn't realize you guys were that big. So like that good, I should say. All have 5 stars in this room right here. All 5 stars. That's important. All 1 day or less shipping. That's the most important thing in my opinion. Collectively, 60,000 sales. That's a crap ton. That's 200. If you stacked 60,000 cards up to the sky. That's 210 feet. That's like 11 houses tall. Followers,
That's
123,000 followers. That's the size of Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's as if Ann Arbor, Michigan followed us right now, you guys. So I'm
Easy.
not saying this as a flex. I'm just saying that like I want to set the table. Like if you guys are here to learn, these 3 are a pretty good source to learn from, and hopefully we'll have a good time as well. I think we will. I mean, look at the tie. First of all, PatMaHighKnee, go,
Come on, baby. Turn me up.
go
I
ahead,
couldn't find
walk
a
us through
real
walk us through
tie.
that tie.
So let me walk you through the whole process. I showered. I found my suit jacket. I found my button-up shirt that I got from Walmart for $10. I went upstairs. I couldn't find a tie, but what I did find was 2 Patrick Star socks. And what I did was I tied them. I stuffed one inside of the other, gave them a little rubber band treatment, and then I made a little makeshift short tie out of the socks.
Yeah, you look like you're 10 years old and you try to dress yourself, and that's a compliment, by the way. The wrinkled collar, what is that, silk? The collar's money. It's just you got it going on.
Hey man,
Congratulations.
uh, sometimes in life you can't take things too seriously, otherwise you've lost the plot.
All right, so Pat, we'll start with you. I got a couple intro
Sure.
questions, and then we'll get right into it. So, how long you been collecting? How long you been streaming? Who's your PC? And then I have a really funny. I always get on Chat GPT and I ask them for advice on like what kind of questions I should ask you guys. You're gonna love this one. It's a real zinger, but I'll ask after we do the intro. So go ahead and introduce yourself, my man.
What's up, everybody? If you don't know me, my name is Pat Mahoney on Whatnot. I've been streaming for a little over a year at this point. I started in July 2025. I've been collecting since I was a kid, but mainly when I was a kid, it was WWE cards. We would go over to the little Rite Aid across the street from where my grandparents lived, and I'd buy WWE Tops packs, and was always hoping to pull a Jeff Hardy, and never did, never. My older brother ended up buying me one, long story short, my favorite superstar. My personal collection now is still WWE.
Nice.
For NFL, it's Travion Henderson. That guy is a freaking animal. And SpongeBob cards.
Okay, so you're quite eclectic, my friend. You're all over the place. And so
Yeah,
you never sell wrestling or SpongeBob, right? You're just
I
mainly
don't. I only do football. Anything that I get really for wrestling or SpongeBob, I keep all of it. But wrestling, I share with my uncle, who's also a diehard wrestling fan.
Okay.
I'll buy cards for him, or if I get something in a break that I know he'll appreciate, I give it to him. So it's kind of a shared thing there.
Nice. Well, welcome to Five with Joel-ATX. I'm happy you're here, my friend. Let's move down to the Darshan. Darshan.
What's up? Um, so I actually never owned a football card growing up or any sort of card. And when my wife was 7 months pregnant, I thought, let me get some Caleb and Rome rookies for him. I got into too many breaks, and next thing you know, I had piles of cards, didn't know what to do with them, and found my way to Whatnot. Been streaming since March of 25, so a little over a year, coming up on a year and a half here. And for me, it was more about, could I have fun doing this? And if this ever stopped being fun, I've told these guys, if it's ever not fun, that's the end of it for me, because
Yep.
you can sell cards on eBay. I think the reason we chose Whatnot, and hopefully what you guys kind of see from all of us, is that personality sells a lot more on the app than anything else does. And I think that's why we all have met each other and are kind of moving the way that we are. Other than that, for PC, I've got my Bears cards because I'm a Bears fan, and Joel probably was hesitant to even let me bring that up. But
You guys are
um,
harmless. You had one good season. You're harmless. I love you guys.
it's okay. I love the M. LaFleur, J. Love tweets going out because you don't know which team it is with the
Oh yeah.
LaFleurs and
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
Love.
Love. Um, but yeah, so I PC Malachi Corley, which is really weird, and I don't know. I mean, he went to Western Kentucky. I have no ties to that, but I bought a few cards, and I realized that if you pick a player that no one really is chasing, you can get some really cool cards for very decent prices. It's just for me about having the cool cards in my hand, even with what I'm selling. I don't keep a lot of stuff, but I like to own different cards just so that
Yeah.
way I can say that I've had them in my hands. So, yeah, that's me.
I love the Corley thing. I feel the same way. As it's hard to have a PC and be a seller. That's why I love Pat. I love how you do the wrestling and the SpongeBob on the side. You do Malachi Corley. I famously do Bernie Kosar because why the hell not? You know what I mean? No demand. If I get a Bernie Kosar, I can't sell it on the stream. I'd get laughed at. So it's really easy to grab a nice cheap PC. And then Davis Mills, I went out on a limb a couple of podcasts ago, and I said Davis Mills is better than CJ Stroud, and so now I'm owning that. He was undefeated last year, by the way. But enough about me. Thank you, man. I appreciate you joining the podcast, Mike from Queens,
Well,
Queens, Canada, by the way.
yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I started I had cards as a kid, but never really like stuck with it. I got into it kind of probably like spring of last year, so not that long ago.
Hmm.
I bought my first football card in July of last year. I
Wow.
have two boys, 3 and under. And I bought a Garrett Wilson bomb squad that I way overpaid for in some whatnot room, thinking it was something. And yeah, same story as everybody else. I just kind of bought way too much stuff and didn't know what to do with it. I had been buying a little bit on whatnot, and then randomly, I'm approaching a year. So August 30th, it'll be a year since my first stream. I just said, screw it, and I just went live, winging it, knowing nothing about anything what I was doing. And here we are, a year later, pretty much. But my PC,
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson.
Mhm.
Garrett Wilson and Mason Taylor. Garrett Wilson's a little bit more expensive to collect, but Mason Taylor's kind of cheap. I'm a Jets fan, so but yeah, my PC's not that cool. To be honest with you, though, the coolest card that I have, little fun note, because I just got it like 2 weeks ago. The first card I ever bought was that Garrett Wilson Bomb Squad in a GMA Slab 10. Well,
Mhm.
a year to the day that I bought that card, I bought a Garrett Wilson Bomb Squad auto. So I gave that original slab to my 3-year-old. That was the first
Yeah.
card of his collection. When I realized I overpaid for it and it was worth not that much, I gave it to him, and then a year later I bought the auto of the same exact card. So
That's a
yeah,
super cool. It's hard to find a Bomb Squad auto, and that's super cool
yeah, it
that
was
you have
cool.
that. Nice little full circle moment, isn't it? So let
Yeah.
me jump in here. First of all, someone said the word personality before, and that's when I think of your three streams, that's what you get on a platter, and then some is personality, and that's what you guys excel. I mean, you guys do so many things right, but when you're on one of your shows, that's what you're getting. You're getting the true you guys, your personality, and I think that's one of your huge advantages. So Darshan, 21,000 sold, Lynch 13.3 thousand, Pat 12, oh, I'll round up 13,000. Darshan, you have 30,000 followers. Lynch, you have 32,000. Pat, you have 39,000 followers. This is ridiculous stats. These are ridiculous stats. I pale in comparison, and I've been streaming for 2 years. Maybe it's because you guys are white. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. So the crazy thing is this: all three of you have something in common. Is that you got into the hobby a little later, right? I know, Pat, you said you did wrestling back in the day, but I mean, um, let's talk about growth. That is, and hopefully you guys at home are listening. These all three of these guys have seen amazing growth over the past year, and they're somewhat newish to the hobby. I'll start at the bottom. We'll start at you, Mike. Um, what do you attribute to that growth kind of so quickly?
Really a lot of it is relationships. I mean, I'd known Pat and Darsh for, less than that, right? So I didn't meet them right away. But I became friends with people through Whatnot, networking on Whatnot, not necessarily like trying to promo or anything like that, just
Yeah.
genuine relationships. And um, yeah, I think that was a big part of it, supporting people, um, having fun with it, and feeling out that community feel. But then, just Darsh gave me a piece of advice when I first started. He said, run your show the same way with two people as you would with 200.
Love that.
And for me, I just ran with that, like I did this for fun. I still do this for fun, so to me it was, fuck it. If there's two people, there's two people. And in the beginning there was, right? So the
Yeah.
growth I think just came organically from having fun, and hopefully that shines through to the audience, and it just kind of eventually started to grow.
You rarely see someone who a success you rarely see a streamer that's having a good time and not be successful. They got to be consistent, they got to put in the hard work, and they got to have the right cards, but like, you know what I mean? If someone's having a good time on their stream, they're typically successful if they're doing everything else right. And all three of you guys are having a party in your rooms, and I love that. Can't believe you haven't slammed a Miller Lite yet, Mike, but we'll get to that.
Oh, I already finished. I'm gonna grab another one. Hold
There we go. On
on.
cue. Darsh.
Yeah. I think the growth took a while for me. And when I say that, especially over the past like 48 hours, we've like me and Pat have just been talking about the growth of our channels and how we compare ourselves to each other, in a competitive atmosphere, but also when you compare yourself to more people outside of it. The first 6 months, I never broke $500 in a single show.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was running everything at $1 and I was just losing money, but I was having fun. I was doing
Yeah.
Plinko. I was making my own repacks. I was playing Deal or No Deal. I had mini suitcases. There's always something new and something weird around here, but I think that I remained consistent with it, and I built what, everyone sits here and says they built their own community. I don't think that I built my own community. I think that a lot of us who had a common idea in how the streams we wanted to go to were all kind of found each other, right?
Hmm.
From there,
Yep.
Lynch, Pat, myself, so many others, we have, we'll yell with you, not at you, right? I think that's important.
Hmm.
I don't think that that hurts our growth. We may not get the craziest bids, but I think part of that, and maybe we'll talk about it later, is how we buy and where we get stuff and
We will talk about that. Yes.
that process. So I won't cut into that, but I think other things is Whatnot is very dynamic. That's the cards you're running, but also the shipping settings have changed recently and over the past year.
Yeah.
How many different times? We ran free shipping for a long time. We had to adjust from free shipping to no longer doing that with the costs that have gone up with USPS and everything like that. So how do we adjust that but still make sure we're giving the buyers the right experience? I think being dynamic with Whatnot is why we've continued to have steady growth, over the past
Mhm.
Especially I think after October, November, when the season started, that's when things got a little bit wild for us, and I can't wait for this season. So,
Dude, me too. We're so close. I always say like when Donruss kicks off in a week, well, flagship that
Mhm.
starts the hobby again. You want a fun fact? When I asked you three to the round table, I had no idea you guys were friends with each other. That's a true story. I shit you not. I had no idea you guys were actually friends with each other. And then when I found out like you guys chat every day, I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. Isn't that weird? All
Yeah.
right, Pat, growth.
Um, growth.
Growth.
So my first 3 months streaming, when I first met Darshan, I ran a show and I messed the whole shipping aspect of it up. Almost canceled everybody's orders in the show. I started
Ooh.
canceling and I started with Darshan because he had the biggest one. And he goes, dude, call me right now.
Yeah.
So I called him. We were on the phone for hours, kind of kicked off our friendship, showed me, how to fix things, had to eat a little bit of cost with
Mhm.
adjusting the shipping. I was willing to do that. I just thought I had ruined everything. From there, I didn't run giveaways for 3 months. So
Okay.
obviously, with not running giveaways, you don't gain followers as quickly. It kind of goes hand in hand. And I was very stubborn with I want the people that are the real followers. I don't want just the givey people following me. And I kind of had the wrong idea about a lot of things. And being able to meet certain people, Darsh was probably my first friend on the platform. We've been friends for over a year at this point. And then there's so many others that have helped me along the way. Ed's Cards and that he was another one really early
Okay.
on that was uh, always willing to help whenever he could. So really, for me, growth has 99% been about networking, being active, being in people's shows, being a familiar, not only a familiar face, but also a friendly familiar face. If you're just going around and you're trolling in the wrong way or you're being disruptive, that's not the right way to go about things. Don't get me
Yep.
wrong. You see me in chats and you know it's me chatting, right? Because of the ludicrous things that I say. But it's never harmful. I'm never meaning to harm the streamer's shows ever. And I don't do it in every show, right? So if I don't know them, I won't do the same things. For your guys' shows, it's a little bit different because I know all you guys, closer to all you
Oh yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm willing to
Swing for
dick
the
around a
fences.
little bit in your shows. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So networking was number one hugest thing for me because if I wasn't putting myself out there and being like myself in chats, I never would have met any of these guys. Being able to talk to people that are very like-minded, just to bounce ideas off of and try new things week to week that what works this week might not work next week.
Yep.
What does it look like 2 months from now? Always just trying to adjust and be different. And everybody is going to say the same generic things. Be honest, do this, do that, and that should come without saying. So I don't feel like touching on it because I feel like a lot of these core values should just be instilled in every streamer. Um, Unfortunately, it's not. Um, but the core values are important along with just finding who you are and finding what you want out of the app. Are you just doing it for fun? Are you doing it
Yep.
for an income? Are you doing it to set money aside for your kids' college fund? What are you doing it for? Find out what you're doing it for and be the best at that. And being the best is going to be different for everybody. My version of my best is going to be different than yours, Darsh's or Lynch's. But as long as we're just trying to be 1% better every day of what we were yesterday, uh, be friendly on the app, be a good person that people are excited to see when you enter their room, and keep doing things the right way, and you will find success on Whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, there you go, guys. I mean, you heard it. I went through the metrics. Now you got to hear them talk about growth. Now you, hopefully, if you've never been in their show, you can kind of understand why they've grown so much. They enjoy what they do. I'm excited about my wheel. That's what I'm excited
Oh,
about.
let's
A
go, baby!
wheel?
I'm excited for the wheel too.
Oh, bro, there's a wheel. There's a wheel. Okay.
Darsh is familiar
Now,
with those.
here's the
Darsh loves
topic.
wheels.
Can you guys see it?
Lynch got a
Isn't that an
recipe for
adorable
stealing
wheel with
your
my face in the
news.
middle?
Yeah.
Um, Now, there's Back to the Future. There's Double Down. There's Grind Your Gears. I think you guys will like that part. Art of Hoarding and the BP session, not baseball, best practice session.
Okay.
So we're going to start with you, Darsh. We're going to spin the wheel and you're going to give your take. I'll define what it means if you haven't figured it out. And then, so we're going to give you the stage and then you two can kind of comment after him and then we'll move on. If you're ready, I'm ready and go.
Spin it.
Darsh, your category will be the art of, you know what? This is actually probably the most valuable, serious topic, and it's about procuring inventory. I think that's important. You guys sell a shit ton in your streams, meaning you've obviously got it down. You have a system down, and that's always the number one struggle for people streaming, anyways. Like, how the hell do I keep the inventory coming? So let me stop sharing, and that is we call that hoarding. So Darsh, what are your avenues that you use? What are some of your tactic strategies in keeping the inventory flowing?
Yeah. When it comes to buying on Whatnot, you can't comp fast enough. Everyone tries to comment after that things went under or over comps. So when I'm buying on Whatnot, and it's very simple. I buy the card knowing if I can make money or not on it. So if it's a $10 card, I need it to sell for at least $12 with shipping, with fees, with Whatnot cost to break even. So am I going to bid on a card where I can only break even if I think it's only going to go for 12 and I get it for 10? No. I'm going to go try to find rooms where I can get some deals, right? That's part of it. But also, as you stream more consistently and regularly, you have the same buyers over time. My buyers like national treasures. They like certain teams. They like this. They like that. As you start to build that audience, you can focus your inventory where you need to, right? So that's the Whatnot buying. For me, I love going to card shows. I'm blessed where I live that every weekend, every Saturday or Sunday at least, there is a card show for me to go to. There's a few card shops that I've gone in plenty of times, spent tons of money with them that they
Yeah.
are willing to work with me on pricing. So I think sourcing from one place only would be someone's biggest downfall. If you only buy on Whatnot, you're gonna lose money. I did that.
100%.
You have to find the deals. You got to be on Facebook Marketplace. You have to be everywhere. But I think beyond that, when it comes to like buying and comps and things like that, again, on bigger cards, comp the cards, pay for card ladder. If you're going to be spending over, I'd say $300-400 a month on cards, it's worth the $20, right? Just so that way you're
100%.
not getting screwed over by someone or whatever, right? Make friends who also understand cards so you can talk to them. But I think on bigger cards, have a set percentage in mind, especially if it's in a room where you know it's going to be running. Stick to your number. Don't go over. If you don't get that card, I promise you there's 5 million more auctions happening on Whatnot that same day. You'll go find another card. Don't overpay just because you want the card. Buy within what your room's going to sell for. I think
love
that's
it.
probably the most important thing.
All sound advice. LynchCardLocker, aka Mike. Your thoughts on
Yes, sir.
procurement? What are some of your strategies you use?
I mean, for a while, I'm a big eBay guy. But similar to what Dar said, um, my strategy when it comes to buying cards, I change it up all the time. Like I'll buy cards on Whatnot for the same thing, right? But Instagram, I'm new to be honest with you. Trying to find deals on there. eBay though, a lot of what I like to do is I do it on averages. So like I like to go to an eBay store if I find something at a fair price. I'll go to their store, try and build out something bigger, 10 cards, 20 cards, 30 cards, whatever it is, get it to an average point. And when I run my show, I want my show to hit, a certain average. And if I know it's above the average that I bought that lot from that eBay store at, then I'm good. Or if it's the same or whatever it is. So I try to build out, you get better deals in bulk, right? So I try to build out bulk where I can. Like the bigger stuff, the nicer stuff, obviously, like a card ladder, like Dor says, and I'll comp and I'll try and buy at a certain percentage and hold to those numbers. But Instagram, Facebook, I've done deals on, eBay, a lot of it. I've never really ventured into the collects avenue,
I haven't
but
either.
eBay is predominantly a lot of where I get my stuff. And then, yeah, card shows when I can. But like I said, I got the two young kids, so it's hard for me to get there and be able to wheel and deal while I'm holding an 18-month-old and a 3-year-old. So that's a little harder for me, but I do it when I can. But a
Yep.
lot of eBay, somewhat not. And then recently, like as recently as of like the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to find some stuff on Instagram and making some headway there. But that's mostly where I'm at with it.
Very nice. Do you use a sniper program or do you just kind of go after someone's shop particularly and be like, hey, these are the 10 cards I'm looking at. Can you get me at this level number? And then it's a deal.
Pretty much, yeah. So like I like Darsh said, you kind of understand what sells well for you because some stuff that sells well for me might not sell well for Darsh or you, Joel, or
Yeah.
Pat or whatever. Um, so I'll kind of look for a type of card or a type of cards, and I'll look through eBay, find one at like a good price where I'm like, okay, like I'm confident I could get more than that for this card. I'll go to that shop and then I'll look. And usually, if they have one card fairly priced, odds are they have most of their stuff fairly priced. And I'll build out a lot. And depending on the price point, like if it's reasonable from jump where it's at an average that I'm comfortable with, I'll just request combined shipping and I won't even negotiate because
Yep.
I'm cool with it there. Why push it? If it's not, then I'll message this, the seller, depending on how big the lot is. Sometimes it's easy because it's like 3 or 4 cards. Sometimes it's no joke, like 120 cards, right? And
Oh,
it's like, all
geez.
right,
Yeah.
like yeah. So I'll message the guy or gal, whoever, right, and just say, hey, I'll take a screenshot. This is what I'm interested in. Is there any room to work with me on the price on all of this at once?
I've
And
literally never done that before.
95%
Have
of
you guys? I've done the DC Sports where I'll try to buy as much as possible on any given night just to capitalize on shipping. But I've actually never done that before. So that's awesome. Thank you, Mike. I'm gonna steal that.
yeah, it's helpful.
Mike, you're so screwed. You're giving away all the secrets now.
Hey man, I look again. It's kind of like what we touched on the whole time, right? Like uh, be a decent person. This isn't a secret, right? So I'm just, yeah, dude, do it. Like, yeah, if it's a good seller on eBay, it's somebody that moves a lot of cards. They're usually willing to work with you, right? They want to move the inventory.
Of course.
They're obviously listing it on eBay. They're not going to card shows themselves. So if they can move 120 cards at once,
It's a hell of a deal
like,
for them.
yeah, granted, like that's a little. I go a little nutty with it, but part of that is just my schedule with my kids and my work and whatever, that it's like convenience, right?
Yeah.
And it works out for both sides. Sometimes sometimes I get a little lazy. I'll pay a little strong on stuff, but yeah, it's a good method.
Oh, that's
Works for
excellent.
me.
Pat, take us home.
I do a little bit of everything. I do the card shows, eBay, Facebook Marketplace is a really, really good one for me in
I would
my
agree.
area. A lot
Local
of
people. Yeah.
a lot of local people and just going to meet up with them and honestly talking to them because I go there. I say, hey, I see you got X amount of cards listed. Can I come by and take a look at what you got? And more often than not, they got more than they posted. So I'll sit there at their houses with them for hours while I'm comping cards, looking at cards, just chopping it up with them. So a lot more cool things happen than just me going to buy cards and sourcing cards. So I do like that aspect of it rather than card show where it's kind of just people are trying to wheel and deal, get deals
Exactly.
done in and out. So I value that a little bit more. It's fun. The people to people experience is a good time for me. So I do a lot of Facebook, a little bit of eBay. Um, I buy a lot on Whatnot too. Don't get me wrong. I spend way too much time on the app. I'm gonna be brutally
We all
honest.
do. We all do.
With the chat and you guys spend a lot of time on the app and finds me in a lot of weird rooms, but weird rooms that got good deals because I've been buying a lot on the app. But just work hard. You can find good deals. Work hard. That's all there is to it. I spend a lot of time. I treat this like a second full-time job
Love
because
it.
that's what
Yeah.
it's turned into for me. It's paid bills for me. Paid mine and my wife's consumer debt off.
Hell
So
yeah.
uh, if you work hard, it'll pay off in all aspects. Not even just the sourcing, but just work hard.
I love it. And you got to treat it like a business. You can't wing it. We talk about fun a lot, but it's also a business as well. So you gotta nerd out on the numbers or you're gonna drown. A couple things that I do. So I actually, Mike, I can relate. I have I have a 4 and a 5-year-old, right? And so I don't get to go out to shows and LCSs a lot. So I actually created a shop out of my own office. Like I literally have 4 displays
Nice.
to read to me. I have multiple boxes. I wanted when people come over to do trades, I wanted them to feel like they're actually at a local card shop. And so that's kind of what I did. And my wife was cool with allowing strangers into my house with my kids here. So God bless her. And then so after a while, I got a really good local kind of community in South Austin. I was like, what's stopping me from like hitting up one of these bars like a half a mile away from me and seeing if we just start doing like monthly trade days? And
That'd
so
be
I've been doing
sweet.
that for the past 6 months. I got a massive one coming up in a couple weeks, and they're actually turning into like full-on shows, but everything's free. If you want to set up, it's free. And it's turned into something like I love Whatnot, I love eBay, all that stuff. But if you really want to get really great inventory, you got to put yourself on the other side of the table.
Mhm.
And so it's for me, that's been an absolute game changer. And I try not to buy too much. I try to do a lot of trading. But I'll leave these trade events, profiting with a crap ton of more cards to sell and whatnot. And it's like, so it's a win-win for me. That's what I do. All right. Who went? Darsh, you went on this one, right? All right, pick someone. Who do you want to have the next one?
Lynch is up.
Lynch, you got this next one. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Hopefully it's
Lynch
something
has good
really
wheel.
embarrassing. Here we go.
Lynch is really good at the wheel.
Good at the wheel.
Spin it. Let's go. What do we get?
Okay, well, this is kind of in line. This is where you share your best practice, your top best practice.
Ooh.
It's hard to narrow it down to one, right? And so it can be for a new streamer, it could be someone that's struggling. Maybe it's
I
someone
got
that
one.
you've helped out before. Okay, go.
I don't know if this is gonna be a little controversial, but I'll say when you first start running, a lot of people will sit there. I mean, we've all seen it, right? We've all probably done it. I did it myself. You sit there, people come into the room, not a lot in the beginning. So this is for new streamers.
Sure.
And you sit there and you try to honor every request that comes in. And you don't run cards. My best practice, just run the cards. If you whatever how many cards you have set aside, whether it's 50, 100, whatever it is, run the card, move on to the next. Just keep a card running at all times. Because if you sit there and by the time you find that random Texans card, that person's gone. Don't. Just keep running cards. If you know, like, if someone comes in and says, hey, like, you have a Texans card and you know exactly where it is, then fine, pull it, run it, right? Like, I get that part of it. But you can't sell if you don't run. So you got to be running cards. Nothing's going to sell if you don't run cards. If you sit around and wait or you sit around and take offers, you're not going to sell anything. Just run cards. And if someone comes in and asks about a card, know the price, run it at that price if you want. Don't get killed. Don't run anything that you're not willing to,
Right.
don't run anything at a price you're not willing to sell it for. But keep cards running. And I think that to me is the best practice. In my show, there's close to zero like dead time, right? Like there's always a card running. That's what we're doing, right? We're selling cards. If I don't have a card running, then I'm not selling anything. So best practice, as much as possible, keep a card running on screen.
So, Mike, I love this advice because it's so simple, yet it's still a huge issue with new streamers. And so, two things happen when you sit on your hands. You're not feeding the algorithm, right? So, if you're not running cards, Whatnot's not gonna boost you up because you're not running cards. Two, if you're taking requests and you're small, you're alienating the other four people in your room and they're gonna leave. So it feels a little stupid at first running cards with no one in the room or three people, but it's like practice. Just keep doing it. So I love that advice because we dumpster dive and look for honey holes, we see it all the time. Hey, Mike, what are you looking for? And you're like, oh,
yeah, it's like I'm looking for anything. Just run something. I might be looking for that. I don't know. Like just run it. Maybe I'm looking for it. I don't know.
All right, Darsh, your best practice. A little redundant there. Best practice.
Yeah. I think Lynch mentioned it earlier. It's just the personality you put up, right? If you want to just sell cards, go to eBay, post them on Facebook Marketplace, go to a card show. If you want to sell on Whatnot, the personality you put in matters a ton. So for me, it's really just the put on the same show if there's 20 people in the room or 200 people in the room. If you trust your chat and you show them that you're a real person and that these are real cards that you paid money for, there will be respect for you. Now you have to respect your chat in the same way where, when a card goes for a few bucks under, that's going to happen. You take it on the chin a little bit, but the energy you put out really matters. I think that It's kind of like, the camera adds 10 pounds. I think the camera drains 50% of your energy. So you have to give it 150%. Little extra music. I know I've got the fog machine, the disco lights, the laser lights, and all that stuff. No one has to do all that. A lot of these guys are streaming in their dining rooms, and that's
Wait, you have a
100%.
fog machine? How come I've never seen that before?
You have to raid me, and you'll get a fog machine.
Okay, well there we go. There it is. There's the challenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we break it out for special occasions. I had to go with dry ice, so we had to limit usage a little, but that's a whole different story with whatnot. But no, I think that just making sure you give that personality actually is the biggest thing, because if I'm scrolling through shows, you either have to have very good cards for going for very good prices, or you
Yep.
have to have a hook. And what's your hook? And usually that's your voice, that's your energy, and that's the first three things that someone sees when they open your stream, and
Yep.
make the right impression. I think trying to do that consistently, because the average buyer on whatnot doesn't even survive 30 days. As soon as they get their first credit card bill, they're gone. So you have to do it again and
What's your
again.
hook? I love that. Ask yourself, what's your hook? Because I mean, at any given time, if I jumped on whatnot, how many sports streams are there right now, you guys? I don't know the answer, but a shit ton is probably the accurate answer.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your hook? What's gonna stop that person from swiping up and down and be like, oh, wait a minute, this guy's pretty funny, or is that a smoke machine? What the hell? Is this guy wearing a tie made out of 2 socks? I'm gonna hang out with him.
Not
That's
anymore.
He's
whole nother
complete.
What's
He's
your hook?
com-
By the way,
he's completely changed.
I know Princess just got another wardrobe change up here, so that's nice. Okay. So great advice, by the way, you two. Again, Pat, take us home. What's your
All right,
best
baby.
practice?
Best practice is, and this is gonna sound it's gonna sound weird coming from somebody that has 39,000 followers, almost 40,000 followers in under a year. But don't be afraid. All right, don't be afraid, because I was afraid in the beginning, because I work for a school. I don't make a ton of money on my base salary, and I started all of this with a $500 initial investment.
Hmm.
And did that scare me in the beginning? You're damn right it did, because at the time $500 was a lot of money to me, and it still is a lot of money to me. But I've been able to re-roll that 500, let's say after that first initial investment, into 700, then into 800, then into 1100, all because I took one shot and networked, and I decided, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this how I feel is the right way. And that was with no fear. And so I took that $500 and said, I'm comfortable with losing this amount if I do lose it. So I'm going to take this money, I'm going to invest it, and I'm going to put my all into this. And worst case scenario, I lost $500, and hopefully I learned something along the way. And what has transpired from that? That original $500 and all the networking I did is the culmination of where we are today, of sitting here with you. If I hadn't taken that chance, I wouldn't have met Darshan. I wouldn't have met LynchCardLocker. I wouldn't have met so many wonderful people and been able to put on these shows every week that I enjoy so much doing. And
Yeah.
I really do treat it like a weekly TV show. These people are choosing to spend their time with me. I know some of these people spend the whole 2 hours with me every single Thursday, because they'll buy auction 3 and then they'll win giveaway 25, or they'll
Isn't
buy.
that crazy?
It is, and I love it. And think if I hadn't just put my balls on the table and invested that initial
Literally,
500 bucks.
literally put his balls on the table, you guys.
Right. And I did do that. And I did a lot of stupid things in the beginning to be different than every other channel. I ate butter multiple times. I stuck my hand in the ceiling fan every time somebody hit tier 1 in my membership. I drove to the store live on stream. I yelled at people out of my car just to be different. And don't
I think
be afraid.
Chief Beef texted me and wanted you to eat a stick of butter on camera. I don't really want to see that. If
Nah.
you're hungry, feel free to do so, but I don't need to see that.
I'm
We can,
keeping anything, boy.
we'll get you some pictures of that too, Joel, if you want to add it to the list of things.
Yes, please. Yes,
I'm
please.
puking tonight. Just take away one thing. Don't be afraid. Take the fucking risk.
Hell yeah, buddy. I love it, man. I love it. I want to stream right now. You guys got me jacked up. I love this.
I'm amped up too. I really am. My adrenaline's pumping. So I'm glad you feel the same way, because I thought I was just sitting here like amped up all on my own.
Actually, I don't know if anyone's not on their phone. Somebody could do a givey at the end of the show. I think it can be fun. We could do a live givey with all of us on camera. Okay. Who didn't go yet? Pat, you didn't go?
No, I took us
I
home.
think
That
we
was
all
it.
went.
Oh wait,
No, I
oh,
mean
this is
did the
the
wheel.
wheel. No, I gotta go. Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
I'm in. Not like I have a choice.
And I'm not chiming in with my feedback because I've done way too many podcasts, and everyone knows how they're sick of hearing me
No,
talk.
there's a great flow to this, and you do a nice job of like where you need to interject and move things along. It's like it's pretty great.
Thank you, thank you.
You're
I
gonna
try to
tell us
shut
to
up.
shut up.
I've mastered the art of shutting up. Back to the Future. Okay, so this was from who sent me this? It was Lucky or Chief. I think it was Lucky. Okay, so this is you, right, Pat?
Yeah.
What will the hobby look like in a year from now? And then the second question is like, what will whatnot look like in a year from now?
So the
That's
hobby,
a loaded question.
it's a loaded question, and I'm gonna do my best, and not take up too much time. What will the hobby look like in a year? I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people might say, "Oh, I don't think much changes from where we are right now. We are in a steady increase. More people are participating. More people are getting involved. You have huge events like Fanatics Fest, the Dallas Card Show, the Nashville Card Show. There's so many events happening that so many people are attending. I don't think things change all that much from where we're at right now, except I think that steady growth just continues. I don't think you see anything too insane happen with, um, like a junk wax era or this isn't worth anything. Cards are hot right now. The hobby is hot right now. Um, and if you're not in the hobby or you're looking for an excuse to get in, now is the time because it is the most fun it's ever been right now. There are so many different ways you can get into collecting. There's eBay, collects, buy cards off Facebook, do local shows, go to your LCS, do anything. It's red hot. Get in now. It's so much fun. If you can find 10 minutes a week to go to the Walmart, buy a blaster and rip it, I guarantee you'll feel something. Whether it's good or bad, you're gonna miss or you're gonna hit. You'll feel something, and
Oh, it'll
that's
be bad, but as long as you have fun.
listen. That yeah, you're right. And then part two to that, what will whatnot look like in a year?
Yeah.
Again, I don't think we see too many super huge changes. What a lot of people don't know is that whatnot is actively trying to gear up to sell. Um, and that is a very important thing for sellers. It's a very important thing for buyers. Basically, everybody that's affected by the app moving in such a way. We
Yep.
don't know what's going to happen if somebody else takes over. We don't. We hope that it gets better because there's a lot of things. Don't get me wrong that we won't get into that, but there's a lot of things that
Right.
could use improvement, like with anything. If they do sell, that would drastically change the landscape. So if that does happen in the next year, I don't think it will, but if it does, that would be drastic. Um, the shipping changes are a big deal. So we just have to keep an eye on as buyers and sellers, what USPS and all those contracts being negotiated are looking like. So we can best adjust to what fits for us as sellers, because
Yeah,
that's a big deal. It
I'll
is.
chime in here. It
Yeah.
affects the non-sports card industry more, but at the same token, our margins are so slim, shipping does affect us at the same time, right? So I would agree. There's definitely an impact there.
No, there definitely is because, like these guys touched on earlier, going from free shipping to charging shipping, once again, after we've been doing free for so long, we thought
Yeah.
there would be this massive drop off in our audiences. Because that's such a big change. You go into a stream that you're used to paying nothing in shipping, so you're used to paying taxes and the price of the card. To now, we do reduced shipping and we do very reduced shipping, 199 to 250 or somewhere along those lines, which is very reduced.
That's super
Um,
generous of you, by the way. Yeah.
yeah, and we used to do free when we could, but due to these changes, we can't.
Right.
So we were nervous that when we made that flip to go back to reduce, that there would be a massive drop off on our audiences, and we quickly found out that there wasn't, and it was never about the free shipping or the reduced shipping or whatever. People come to our shows for us,
Yep.
and that speaks volumes to who we are. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've known these guys for a while. These guys are the same people. I'm talking about Darshan and Lynch. These guys are the
Mhm.
same people off camera, off whatnot, um, all the time. They don't change who they are for anybody or being on camera. We all play up the personalities a bit. Of course, we all do,
Yeah,
right?
you have to.
Um, these guys are just awesome people, and there's so many people I could say this about too. It's not just these guys. And I think that's very important too. So people will come to your shows no matter what, as long you touched on this too, which is a very good point. If you seem like you're having fun and you genuinely are having a good time, people are going to come.
Yep.
Energy is one of the most important things. And I'm sorry for going off topic a little bit,
Okay.
but I feel like it's important to say. If you're having a good time and you're not miserable or yelling at the chat or berating your buyers, people that love good infectious energy are going to be drawn to you.
Amen. Mike, do you say ready, steady, motherfucking go to your kids or no? Just a quick question.
Yeah, I do. I shouldn't, but I do. It's bad. My son, we've had to nip that in the bud. He's said it a couple times, so we've had to correct. But
But
I
let's
don't know
when your
where that
kids
came from.
when kids swear, it's hilarious. I don't care.
Oh, dude,
You
it's
could
so
be
funny.
the best parent in the world, but if your kid swears especially the very first time, you're gonna laugh because it's hilarious.
It's so funny. That
It
whole
is funny.
thing, I didn't know where that wasn't like a planned thing. I didn't even know I said it. I said it in an entire show, one show. And I don't know who was somebody with Pat or Darsh or one of our other friends said like, dude, did you realize you just said that the entire show? No, I
Isn't
didn't
it
even know I
funny how
said
you
it
don't
once.
notice you say the same thing? We're all
Didn't know I
guilty of
said
it.
it once. Had
That's
no
so
idea.
funny.
And now
All
it's
right,
just become a thing.
continue with your bad self.
Me?
Yeah, it was your turn, wasn't it?
What are
Oh
we
no, it
talking
wasn't.
about
I
now?
was just okay. Well, guess what? It's your turn.
Oh, sweet. All right, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. We only 2 categories left.
Let's do it.
No whammies.
Are you guys sweating or is it just me?
It's just you.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think that might just be you.
Might be
AC's
time for another wardrobe change. Maybe a tank top.
You
Yeah,
guys are
well, top the
assholes.
top. Get
Top the
free.
top. Let's
I'm
get
not going
weird.
shirtless, so Joel gets demonetized. I'm not doing all that.
Wait, I'm not making money on this. There's no
Mhm.
demonetizing. I'm here. All right, so double down. I love this question. Let me pat myself on the back because I thought of this one for the next 30 days, you guys. Okay, we're heading right into the NFL season. Good Lord, starts in less than a month.
I love it.
Every cent you have, you can only buy one player for the next 30 days. And it can't be Jordan or Kobe or something lame. It's got to be an active NFL player. Okay, that's the only addendum, if you will. Pat, this is your turn. The next 30 days, every single penny you have is on one active player in the NFL. Who is it? And go.
My one player.
This is for reselling or for collecting?
Reselling.
That's a good question to build on that. I think that. Do you want me to get? Let me back.
You don't say who we think you're gonna say. You're a fraud.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
I want to say the
You're a
guy.
fraud.
Okay?
Don't think about it too much. What player came to mind?
Bijan Robinson.
There you
Okay.
go.
Oh,
That's my guy. He's a generational talent, baby. I say it every time I saw him.
Did you guys know this was coming?
yeah.
So you're a Bijan guy. Got it. Okay.
Bijan Robinson is a generational
He's not,
fucking
though.
talent. He is. And if
He's
you're
not,
not
actually.
buying Bijan right now, I don't care. Every cent dump into Bijan. Cash is dead. Sports cards are dead. Bijan Robinson is well and alive and he's feeling good. Buy Bijan right now.
Why were you holding back? This is clearly you're quite passionate about Bijan Robinson.
I am because I'm a Patriots fan. I was going to say Travion Henderson because that's my guy. But
That's
Bijan
not a good
Robinson
investment for
Yeah,
the next 30 days.
Bijan sells better than Travion, though.
And well, it looks like you got a lot of growing up to do at some point down the line. Anyways, who's next to answer the question?
All right, so Bijan. Okay, I'm in Austin, so obviously he's very popular down here. Let's go, Mike. You ended. Mike. You're next.
Well, for reselling, so I would say, I think I'd go. I don't want to say this, because I'm a Jets fan, but I think I'd go Drake May. I think it's just he just almost won
Interesting.
MVP last year. He almost won MVP last year, right? So I feel like it's a conservative play. I mean, the most conservative play would be Mahomes, right? Because Mahomes is probably going to come back and win comeback player of the year this year. It's only going to make his market go nutty. But
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Drake May, I mean, he almost won MVP last year. He was like a hair shy, right? So I think quarterback's the safest play. Bijan's one ACL tear from never being heard from again.
That's not going to
So-
happen, dude. I don't. You got to
Wow.
take that back right now before we continue this podcast.
You just put that in the universe, Pat.
That's
just put it in
fucked
the
up.
universe.
I don't
Cold-blooded.
like that. What's going on here with this whole Bijan ACL like in the same
I
sentence?
love you too,
So,
Pat.
yeah,
I love you
figure
too.
figure
So
it out.
I'll stop you there.
yeah.
So I'll
say
stop
Drake
you
May.
there. So we all witnessed an amazing Drake May explosion right before the Super Bowl. I think the last was probably JD5, but like,
Yeah.
what does it take for a player to recover after the market just pretty much shit on him after the Super Bowl? Like, what do you think it's going to take in the next 30 days for? And I already see Drake May's stock rising, but he's nowhere near top echelon again. Like, what do you think needs to happen, Mike, for Mays to get back up there?
I think I mean, if it's 30 days from now, assuming like week 1 is played, I think he's gonna have a good week 1. He has a good week 1.
Okay.
I think it's back. He has a good week 1. I think people are like, all right, this guy almost won MVP last year. He played in the Super Bowl. Drake May
Darsh is
is
shaking
back.
his head.
Look, it's a conservative play. Well, you know who I almost said? You want to know who I almost said? Because I think he's got
Bernie
a lot
Kosar.
to prove. Is Joe Burrow? Is what I said. Because Joe Burrow's got to stay healthy. Joe Burrow, people already love him. So from a reselling standpoint, in 30 days, if Joe Burrow comes out hot because the Bengals notoriously start out slow, then Joe Burrow's a buy because
That's a good answer, but it's a boring answer. I'm glad you didn't say that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my answer. Fuck Drake May, but that's my answer.
I don't think Drake May gets his market back to where it was unless he wins a Super Bowl in the card world.
No, but you can still sell a Drake May right now. Like you could.
Yeah,
it's not what it was
because he's pretty trash because they had a Mickey Mouse schedule and.
But doesn't that? Oh, trust me, nobody hates Drake May more than me.
I'm just
but
trying
doesn't
Such
that
an
say
asshole.
something, right? Like you could still run a base Drake May and it's still gonna sell. You can't run a base anyone, and that enough to me said there's a floor there that's higher than most.
Mike, you know why? You know why that? I don't know if you know this, but do you know who their Week 1 opponent is?
The Seattle Seahawks.
It's the Seahawks. Could you imagine if he comes in and blows the hell out of the Seahawks? You're going to see. I mean, that's the opponent you want to see if you want a huge bump. He needs a. It's in Seattle. He needs to walk into Seattle and just destroy them, and then everyone's gonna be like, Drake May's back.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Well done.
See, look, they revamped the offensive line, and now he beat them.
You got AJ. You got Dobbs there, right? Dobbs, yeah.
Best team in the NFL.
Butte's having a great camp, like Travion. Pat loves Travion.
I do.
All right, Darsh, you have 30 days. The next 30 days, you can only buy one player. Who is it?
Will Howard.
Oh, I completely
30 days. That's only preseason. We're maybe getting to week 1. Who am I buying and selling for 30 days? Who's going to be the darling of the preseason? And everyone wants to buy a rookie quarterback who is super cheap right now. And over the next month is going to get more play time than any other rookie quarterback.
A guy on his own team.
Drew Allar.
No.
Allar's way better.
No. They're going to go Will Howard.
Did you?
Yeah, but
I watched. They played the Packers. Allar looked like a pro.
How much Topps Chrome Drew Allar can you buy?
0. Rated prospect, silver draft pick. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So
that's a great point.
Yeah. So very smart. I know. I like your thinking. The next 30 days. Why not Carson Beck though?
That's true.
Because I live in Georgia, and I went to a car show this weekend, and his prices are already too high.
Well,
I know.
Also, same thing Darsh said though. You can't really get like a lot of Carson Beck right now, at least not like pro Carson Beck product.
I like the Will Howard move. I like that a lot. I think if I was going to say Bo Nix, but the next 30 days doesn't make any sense. But I'm doubling down on Bo Nix for the season. I think the Broncos are going to make a serious playoff run. They've got all the pieces. You look at 2024 quarterbacks, he's been the most successful and consistent over the past 2 years. That's not going to change. He's got freaking Jalen Waddle now. Nothing else changes. Great defense, great coaching. Bo Nix is my guy. If I had to only buy him for the next 30 days, I could sleep at night. All right. I'm kind of so glad this is the final topic. We're going to run. This is going to be a heater. Okay, here we go.
Oh, that's
Here
you're saying this is a good one to finish
This is
on.
where we get
This is a
to
juicy
start.
one. This is a juicy one. And then I'm going to bring a special guest on. If you know
Whoa.
my roundtables, you know who I'm going to bring on. We're
Oh,
going on
okay.
hour 2, by the way. We're doing really well.
We're what at an hour and 2 minutes or hour
We're
2?
only on hour 2 right now, and
Okay.
no one's cried or died. I think we're doing a pretty good job, you guys.
Yeah, I think so too. It's been fun. I was just telling Lynch while you guys were in the pisser. This has been pretty cool.
We're just hanging out, talking hobby, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
we're complete strangers, but we have a lot of things in common, and it's pretty freaking awesome that we can just hang out like this.
Absolutely.
When's round 2?
What's that?
When's round 2? We circle back.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna, we can do a mid-season and we can bring up game tape and look at these bold predictions that we've been making about who we would invest in. We can, you know what? So, let me write this down.
Let's set a goal.
Speaking of bold predictions, let's do who's gonna win Super Bowl right now. Actually, you know what? We'll wait for the special guest, and then we'll do who's gonna win the Super Bowl, and that way, and mid-season we can kind of do another round table and see how we're progressing. Who's gonna win Super Bowl and who's gonna win MVP? So
Who
get
do you
that
want
ready.
who do you want to start? Are we not back yet?
No, I think we're ready. Oh, we just lost. There we go. Okay.
Not back.
So this is grind your gears. This is so funny. This is the last one. What annoys the fuck out of you on whatnot? I don't even have to spin it, but I'm gonna spin it for the hell of it. Who did we start with?
I think it's Darsh's turn to start one. I think
Okay,
me and Mike
that's
are the last two.
All right, Darsh. This is pretty open-ended. What grinds your gears on whatnot?
Is he not back from the pisser or is he back?
He's there.
Oh, I'm right here.
Oh.
I just I'm trying to make sure I don't where here. There's
Yeah, we're gonna try to stay away from
Darsh,
Oh,
be
nothing like
come
that.
on.
It's more so for me, I think
Do you want to phone a friend?
I think it's
There's an
something
easy answer.
givvies and shit like that, but yeah, that's too easy. Lynch, why don't you start?
All right, Lynch.
Tag.
Darsh needs to think about this.
The yellers and screamers for when shit goes low. That's the easiest answer because it's like if there's one thing that it's not just us three, but any of the people that we're friends with that are mods in our channels, the hobbyists, Ed's Cards and that, Left Coast Picker, all these guys, not a single one of us will yell at you when a card is low, when a card goes low, when a card sells low. We will not. It just will not happen. Cards go low, cards go high. That's just what happens. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We're never gonna try and inflate the price.
Yep.
Right? That is the easiest. I think it's the most like it's the easiest answer, but it's also the realest answer. It's cliche. I don't know if cliche is not the right word, but it's like the most cliche answer because it's cliche for a reason. Like you don't yell and scream. That's just crazy. But that's the easy answer for me.
And first of all, amen. I love all that. And the problem is this. If you go to the dark side, it works. Famous scene, Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park. Your scientists were so busy just seeing if they could do it, they never thought if they should do it, right? So the problem is this. I just wanted to talk about Jeff Goldblum and Jurassic Park there. It's a really weak analogy, but I tried. An attempt was made. But the thing is this. What you said, Mike, is so sound, but there are streamers who see other streamers do it, and then they start doing, they're like, holy shit, it works. If I start screaming and if I start overhyping my cards, it actually works. But the problem is that's not how you run a business. You might see some instant success, but you're not going to get the right base and the following the right way. So I love everything you said.
For sure. And that's why I think for I don't want to speak for Darsh or for Pat, but I think one of the things we touched on earlier are following our streams, our energy, all of these things. And one thing that the three of us do collectively in that short term, in this year, we've all grown a ton, and none of us do that.
Yep.
Right. So you don't. Yes, it can work, and it does work. That argument, I can't argue that. It obviously does.
Right.
But is it sustainable for long term, or I don't know. I think if you want to run a consistent, good show weekly or multi times, whatever it is. You have to build that your buyers, if you want them to come back, they have to feel that community aspect. They have to feel like they're not getting robbed, they're not getting played, and then they'll come back, right? If you're yelling and screaming and bullying people, it may work and you may trick a couple people here and there, but eventually you end up on Boston Card Hunter and you're cooked.
Yeah, Lynch, you remind me. So, mini cards. If you guys have been on his stream, so when I jumped on your stream, Lynch, I think it was like 6 months ago. You reminded me of him. I think you got cooked once, and you were like, "Fuck it, I don't care." And I was like, I instantly was like, "This is the kind of streamer that I like. I love. Like this is the kind of room I want to hang out with, hang out in." And so, yeah, I mean, you
Thank you.
walk the walk, you talk the talk. I love that.
I thought
Darsh,
of
have you
mine.
decided? Have you
Yep.
thought of something that won't burn the whatnot universe?
Well, a lot of people do not like this opinion, but I've been on a campaign called Pre-Bids Are Dead for quite a while here.
Oh,
And I guess it might be time to actually explain why, because it's not in an asshole way. It's not to say that some people don't need them for a card or two. I think what that whole thing is about, and what I think is most important there is, if you want to list cards, list them on eBay. If you're going to sell cards, Whatnot is an auction website. And what Lynch said earlier is kind of what it feeds off of, is if you're going to stop your show every time someone goes, "Hey, how much is that back wall card?" You're going to lose all momentum with what Whatnot wants you to do. Whatnot wants you to make as many dollars for them in as few seconds as possible.
yep.
Why do you run an auction in the first 5 minutes, guys? Because the algorithm likes it. Oh, build the room. No, that doesn't work. I mean, these are little things. All you got to do is ask Chat GPT. It'll tell you all of this. It's taking the time to ask those basic questions. But I think that, getting back to pre-bids are dead, I think people are putting up cards that have no value, and they are tricking people into thinking they have value by putting this pre-bid on it. Or, hey, I'm going to check. Once it hits a number I'm good with, I'll run it. Well, I went into your show and pre-bid 17 cards and took the time to comp them and put a number I was comfortable with, and now you're not going to run any of them because they didn't get to where you wanted. I wasted my time. I lose trust for those sellers then. It started happening so much that people only ran the cards if they felt like it, or it just dragged on. And it just I saw what it did to my show, and it was killing me. It was not helping my show. So I thought it was important that I spread the message that pre-bids are indeed dead.
So
Grind
you
your
like
gears.
pre-bids? I'm confused. You have a lot of mixed messages. Jokes
Yeah.
aside, you know what? It's a lot of my friends do it. I used to do it, but for the record, I always ran them no matter what they're at. And so I see both sides. I will say I am annoyed when they don't run the bid. I think that's a bullshit move. I think if you're going to put it up there, be a man, you put it up there. Like, sorry, you didn't get to what you wanted.
Start it where you're comfortable. That's not even there's no hate on it. If you need it to go for at least 50% of comps, don't start it at $1. Start it at 50% and see where it goes. You don't get absolutely cooked then.
Or if you set it as a pre-bid, start at $100 if that's what makes you feel comfortable, right? And then that I can live with. But if you start at $1 and it's a $300 card and like you got a $100 bid and you don't run it, that defeats the purpose of Whatnot.
Right.
And some of my friends will be pissed because they do this, but you know what? We're all just keeping it real.
Mhm.
Good job, Darsh. That was spot on. I think I would agree. I would 100% agree. Pat,
One thing that I just hate about Whatnot.
is it Darsh?
No,
Is that your answer?
well, he's
Okay.
one of them. He's not like the most hated thing, but like he's definitely up on the list. I got a big list. I started it a while ago. My wife told me I had to move it to our storage room. Story for another time and day.
Is
The
it
thing I
like
hate-
Billy Madison, Steve Buscemi has that list of people he wants to kill?
It's a
Is it-
scroll.
It's
a
actually like
scroll.
it's like a
It's
scroll.
literally
It's like
scrolls.
if you ever watch the WWF, the list of Jericho, it's like that. So some people get that
You
reference.
lost me on that one, nerd. Sorry.
Nah,
Keep going.
sounds like you got to figure it out. The thing I would say I don't like about Whatnot is when people watch other people's shows, and then they message them and they say, hey, I'm doing a lot of the same things you're doing. Why are my shows not as successful as yours? That happens more often than you would think, where, you know, you'll have a huge show, and then you'll get a couple DMs and people will be like, I'm doing the exact same things you're doing. How come I'm not seeing the success that you're seeing? And you delve into it a little bit with them and you try to give them the best advice that you can.
Yeah.
And you quickly realize that there's a few different things, and this is such a wide open thing. I'm not gonna be able to touch on everything, but they're not putting in the work that you're putting in. They're actually not doing the same things that you're doing, or they're trying to just jump from starting to running a multi-$1,000 stream. And I wouldn't say it's my most hated thing, but it's definitely a thing that I've encountered a lot since I've grown so rapidly, where a lot of people are like, hey, how are you seeing this much success early on? And the truest answer I give them is just the same thing I gave you guys earlier in the show. I gave you guys the whole rundown. It's the same thing. It doesn't change. But it is something I would say I dislike a little bit, because I have worked super, super hard to get to this point. And when people are like, hey, I'm doing all the same things, they're trying to skip all of the grind and the hard work.
Yeah.
I noticed that in a lot of cases, and that is a part of it. And I wouldn't be here without that couple months of figuring it out and making mistakes and being on the phone with Darsh for 3 hours when I mess up shipping. They got to
Mike would like to argue your point. Mike, go ahead.
No, not even an argument. I want to touch on what Pat's saying. Like, when that question comes up, right? Because I know it happens to the three of us, and Joel, I'm sure it happens to you too, right? There's a lot of people that send DMs asking questions, and I'm more than happy to help. There's a lot of nuance that goes into every show that is like almost, I don't want to say impossible, but very difficult to explain. Like little decisions that you're making, these little micro decisions you make throughout a show that you're just freeballing, making as you go. You kind of have this feel. It's a feel thing as you run too. Like, where's the room? What's going well? How are you? You know, what these little nuanced things that it's. I don't want to say unteachable, because it's not something you're like super conscious of while
You
you're
could say it's
running.
instinctual in a way, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So it's not unteachable, but you're just kind of feeling it. You have to have a pulse, right? You have to have your fingers on the pulse of your room at all
Yeah.
times. And I think a big thing to what Pat's saying is you can run nukes all show. It doesn't mean you're gonna kill it, right? Like you can't just flip the camera on and just first day selling just pop off, right? Like you can run nukes, and maybe like Darsh said earlier, like if you run good cards, people will come. Like it will happen, right? But you're gonna get fried. But the little nuance things that it's stacking those little nuance and instinctual things throughout every single show that all of us, the three of us and more, a couple of our other friends, like we talk about this shit. Like Darsh said, we're on the phone 3 hours a day. These little nuance things are things that we all see very clearly and identify and try to fine tune that make the difference. To kind of what you were saying, Pat.
And it's because of the sweat equity, right? It's because of the countless amount of shows that we've seen failures, right? And so that's the thing is, actually mine was, I was going to do two things. I'm sorry, are you done, Pat, or no?
I am, yeah. No, it's all good.
I think that propensity of like people think that there's a shortcut here. There's a way to be successful and whatnot, but not have to put the time and the sweat equity in. And that to me, like, while it's nothing against them for thinking that, it's just completely false and it'll never happen. And so while we get people asking us like, hey, what's it take to get to your level or this and that, like, are you ready to get your ass kicked for 6 months? Are you ready to spend a ton of hour in your office going through inventory and buying cards and making mistakes and learning from it? And then like being able to pivot on the fly, kind of like what Mike was saying is like
100%.
There are instincts that happen when I just did I go into your analytics on whatnot, and you can see how many hours you've been streaming. I'm at 350 hours. That's a stupid amount of hours that I've been spending on my phone talking to strangers and not my family. That's how much I love this stupid hobby.
Was that all
350
time?
hours. What's that?
Was that all time?
All time.
Yeah.
So if you do all time, you can find out how many shows you've done, it's pretty awesome and kind of
I've delved into it. I didn't know if you were saying for like this past year, if that was your all time 350.
Just all time.
That's pretty cool. That's a
And
lot
so
of
it
freaking
is kind of
hours.
cool. And it's like, it's not a flex. It's just like, it's kind of like, wow, I've been streaming for a while.
That's work.
But those
That's
are the
what we're
things
talking
that
about.
that's what it takes to actually kind of read a room, like you said, Mike, and be like, things aren't going the way I want. I'm going to scale back. Or you know what? Let's move to sudden death. Or I just got a huge raid. I'm going to put a $40 card up there to keep people in instead of a $3 card. These are the little things that you need to just be like dialed in, but you're only
Mhm.
going to learn it from experience.
Jameson64, one of my best buddies, hit the butter eater tier. It's hard to hit that tier. And he hit it because he's one of my best friends, dude. He just supports ThaDarshan. Oh my guys, man. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tip of the Sip Sports has entered the room.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
What's up?
So he's wearing a T-shirt that says "Can't breathalyze meth." Just wanted to point that out.
True.
Tip has crashed every single roundtable I've done, and you don't fuck with tradition. And so Tip was like, he was like ready to pass out. He's watching Golden Girls. I'm like, you get your fucking ass up, and you get on this podcast. None of that is true, but welcome, Tip. We love you.
Can't ever
Here,
turn
Dave.
JoelATX down unless his face down.
Tip, what are you drinking? Plastic vodka?
Yep.
So
Affirm.
Tip drinks vodka out of a plastic bottle. Apparently, he thinks he's in high school still, and we give him shit.
Listen, there's two things that can be true at the same time. He might be drinking vodka out of a plastic bottle, but he's still getting fucking hammered. So
Also, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
I think that's in the Bible. I think that's written in the Bible somewhere. Yeah, that's very prophetic. Yeah, it's nice.
It's in
Okay.
John somewhere.
Yeah. Tip, how you doing?
Great, buddy. How are y'all?
Good. We did 5 questions, and it ended with what grinds your gears. And so we've just been going on and on. We haven't been naming any names for the record. We've been doing a great job staying PC for the record, but I'm kind of scared to ask you, Tip. Also, flip your phone over, brother. This ain't your first podcast.
Oh,
it's
shit.
Tip's first time on the podcast, everybody. So
Always
if you're
forget.
watching this, please
Mhm.
don't berate him for his
I
mistake.
just got off my shift at the Waffle House. Sorry.
How many
All right,
assaults
Tip.
tonight?
Oh, so Tip, here we're gonna ask you what grinds your gears, but then we're gonna make Super Bowl and MV predictions. That way, when we do a mid-season roundtable, we can make fun of people who are way off.
I love it. I love it.
Oh,
What
Daddy
grinds my gears? What
Tell me you're
grinds-
rich without saying you're rich. Wow. Breaking out the natty light. I have a local neighborhood
Natty
bar
Light.
that has Bush Light on tap. That's all I drink. Bush Light on
That's
tap. all day.
disgusting.
That got me through college. How dare you, sir?
Tip, where are you from, or where are you?
I'm just south of Memphis. I'm in the northwest corner of Mississippi.
All right, I'm down in Georgia. I'm not too far from you.
Oh shit! Yeah, what part of Georgia?
I live close to Athens, about 40 minutes from Athens, 40
All right.
minutes from the airport. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
My wife has family in Dallas, Georgia. So-
Yeah, that's not too far. I've been to the card show out there. So
Nice. All right, we're gonna have to hook that up.
yes, sir.
What grinds
I
my
hate when
gears?
states
What-
have big city names, but it's not the big city. Just for the record, Dallas,
Yeah,
Georgia.
Right.
There's
What are you
an
trying to
I
Queens,
hate when
Canada.
cities are
Queens,
named
Canada,
after
Mike.
little-
What a callback that was. That was a
Queens,
I hate when
Canada.
cities are
callback.
named after
You were just
little
waiting for
boys.
that opportunity, Mike.
Mhm.
Hey, our good friend Lad Metro is from Atlanta, Texas. Like, what
That's
the
a
hell?
perfect example. Atlanta, Texas. Get over
They
yourself.
should trade.
Paris, Texas. There's a Paris,
Joel,
They
Texas.
should
where you're
trade it.
from, yeah, but where Joel's from is named after a little boy. So, like, what are we even talking about?
What are we talking about?
Austin. That's like a little kid's name. That's not a
That's
real
weird.
city name.
You don't hear any grandpas named Austin?
No, my older brother.
First of all, it's named after Stephen F.
Austin.
Austin, a hero.
Oh, that's what the airport's
Not a
called,
boy.
So that checks out.
Actually, truth is, I'm kind of originally from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. If you know anything about Oshkosh, Oshkosh Bagosh,
Like
Can you
spell that?
The overall.
OSH, KOSH.
All right. Fun fact you
Oh, it's
never
easier
knew
than I
about
thought it was
me.
going to be.
I was an Oshkosh model when I was a baby. That's something that I've never let out. Into the
Are
public.
you still under contract?
No, no.
Because you've got potential, Tip.
Yeah, I really was. I
You
really
get
was.
royalties.
Tip, I'll be the one to
My
break it to
mother
you,
was
Tip.
so proud of that, and I think she's the only person that's ever been proud of that.
No, now you got 4 other people that are also proud of it.
3. I'm not one of them. I'm going to be dead honest
2.
with you, Tip. I
I'm
don't
out.
think you got it
For that
anymore,
reason,
dude.
I'm out.
I mean, I got some overalls I can put on that fit me like I was a toddler.
Please,
if you want
God,
to see
You
no.
that,
should
but
go do.
I don't
You
think
should go
anybody
do
wants to
that.
see that.
Do they have like the
I do.
removable, like the assless chaps, like
First of
variation
all,
where you can
Oshkosh
remove the...
Bagosh was a respectable
flat.
brand. They never made assless chaps or assless overalls. How dare you, sir? Now I'm
Well,
offended.
That just
Okay.
goes to show you know a little bit too much about that. But you know.
That's right.
Came in and now we're unhinged. That's all it took.
That's all it takes. That's why I add Tip. It's like just gasoline on the fire. So Tip, we're gonna play with you. What grounds
gonna
your
think.
gears? We're not gonna bring up names or get silly, but like I'll be interested in if you bring up something that we already talked about. Tip, what grinds your gears when it comes to whatnot?
What grinds my gears? Number one, overvaluing cards. Someone who's a comp plays, oh, this is $130 card, $130 card, when in all reality it's $100 card. That's probably my biggest. It's probably my biggest thing. Like, your bid's already at 100% comps, and then you keep trying to push it and push it and push it. You're just taking advantage of your chat at that point.
And you know what sucks
Yeah.
is even veterans like us, we get suckered into it.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
of course.
really? I didn't realize. So I actually bid more, and then you comp, and you're like, that mother effer was lying to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm not mad. I'm not bad if one of y'all comes in my room and buys $100 card for $120, $120. But
Right.
I'm not going to sit there and push you, encouraging you to bid that. That's where the difference is.
We're low.
Right.
We're over comps already. If every card goes low in a show, guys, they're not going low.
Yeah, exactly. I just realized I forgot my sunglasses.
Can
No,
you
it's
figure
okay.
that out?
Babies
how
don't
cool,
wear sunglasses.
Look how cool me and Mike look. I'm going to put my regular glasses on. So,
I'm
people
blind as fuck.
People watch
so.
debut and all that shit too much. The kid, like I expect to see that from kids, right? They grew up watching debut and all that other shit. But to have adults do it, that's what really grinds my gears. What else? You said number one Tip. Do you have a scroll like Pat does?
No, number 2 is just fake people.
Okay.
Fake people who are just in it for their own reasons. It's a hobby. It's supposed to be fun, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay. You know, I mean, just say it. JJK Sports, and go on.
Yeah, what a fraud!
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going to do this earlier. Can I give you a little fun fact about JJK Sports? He bought me this PlayStation 5 controller.
Are you kidding me? Because I know you guys play. Don't you play Minecast with
allegedly?
Luca?
No, we play Fortnite with
Allegedly.
Luca
Fortnite.
a couple times a week. I broke my other PlayStation controller like a jackass after I had it for 5 years. I didn't get one for a couple days, and then I got this in an Amazon box one day. He sent me a controller so I could keep playing with them.
Hey,
Way
we
to
got to
destroy
link
my
up
point
on
that JJK
Pat.
was bad.
We got to link up on that because I play with them occasionally too.
I'm in. I'm always in.
I totally suck, but my kid's really good.
Listen, everybody that I play with, because I've been playing this game since it came out, says that. I don't give a shit. Let's just play.
He's fine. He's good.
I enjoy it. Little cameo
Darsh,
from
Mike, do you guys play video games?
Yeah, but I mostly play like sports games. I'm kind of ass at like first person shooter shit.
Yeah.
I'm ass at everything, but I play mainly sports games as well.
Fun fact: Darsh has never beaten me. Darsh has beaten me once while I did a Hot Wings challenge against him. That's the only time he's ever beat me in Madden. It's
because I spent $75 gifting him subs on Twitch just so he had to eat more hot sauce so I could distract him and win the game. Otherwise, I've never.
Was I love hot sauce.
On the Twitch when we do dumb things from time to time.
Just so we can watch each other, not to actually try.
And, not to
make
real people, just to each other.
You guys are cool. You guys are cooler than I thought. Hey Neil, so fun fact: when I invited these three, when I invited these three to the roundtable, I had no idea they even knew each other. Turns out they're like boys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I wanted to find 3 of the craziest people, and I got them. Now I got 4 with Tip in here. And I had no idea that they were boys. So how cool is that?
That's freaking amazing.
Not that cool, dude. You can just say, I see the look on your face.
We're doing a good,
No,
we're doing a good
100%.
job.
I was trying to mess with my settings.
He doesn't think it's that cool.
He's sending feed pic right now, guys.
Yeah,
Give him a
feed
break.
pic?
Oh, sick.
All right. So, by the way, we're at an hour and a half. Not bad. We will. I think we're going to cut this off in the next 15 minutes, just for the record.
Cool.
I want Super Bowl picks, and then I want MVP picks. Well, let's do them at the same time. Let's see here, Mike. Let's start with you. You're my top left. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? And then we're going to do a check in 6 months from now. No, not 6 months. Maybe 4 months. 6 months. Way too
I'm
far.
sorry.
Super Bowl?
My whole beer's all over the ground because my cat just spilled it.
Well, that's why you don't own cats. Cats are the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
clean this beer and help answer.
Super Bowl, I'm gonna go Rams.
Okay.
I
Chalkish, if
think.
you will.
Yeah, but chalk is chalk for a reason, right?
Chalk is chalk. By the way, I would say this is one of the
That's true.
toughest predictions in general, like trying to predict the Super Bowl before the season starts. Because no one's
Yeah.
ever right. Like,
It's
did you
hard to
predict Seattle?
like no, but it's hard to like I'm taking Rams, but like there's a big part of me that wants to just go Chiefs just because they're like now due. But I'm gonna go Rams.
Okay, Rams. And then you want to do MVP or should we come back to you?
Go back around. We'll go. I mean, it's your
You know
show.
who's
What,
not the
Super Bowl?
MVP? Pat Stupid Cat.
Ah,
Not the MVP. Okay.
That's great comp.
Look at him mopping. We got him mopping on a podcast right now because it was effing cat dropping a beer. Anyway, double whammy, by the way. Dropping a beer, not cool. Darsh,
Party foul.
major party foul. Or did we just watch Pat mop? Because this is kind of fun too.
Yeah, I'm
He's
kind of
a-
into it actually.
Please
He
He
don't
handled
let me
that
mop.
pole. Yo, he
You
handled
do a
that
whole
pole pretty
Mr.
well though.
Clean bit. Dude, he's bald, he's white, he's mopping, he's Mr. Clean.
And you're a
It's-
racist.
Tell him I'm in love.
Look at him handle that thing though. Look at him.
Look, yeah, he's got skills.
Good form.
Ladies,
Skills to
Great
pin
form.
it up.
ladies. Things you don't expect to see on a
I think
podcast.
Pat's married though. Pat got married, I think. Right, Pat? You got married?
I got married.
He did get married.
Congratulations. All right, Darsh, who's your Super Bowl pick, my friend?
We're gonna go because it's gotta be a little bit bold. The Rams were in my mind, and as soon as Lynch said them, I had to like say I'm not gonna say that because we can't do that. Right?
It is chalkish. It is chalkish.
I know, but that's who I think, that's who I think has probably the best shot. Who do I think wins it though? I think I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. I think it is time for Josh Allen to finally get over the hump. I think Mahomes will have a great year, but I think the Bills are just going to be in a little better form going into the season.
I think America would love to see it. The problem is they can score 40 points, but they'll let 42 points go out the window. Like their defense has not improved. Am I right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
And they lost. Their head coach was a defensive guy.
Oh
and they
my
lost him.
gosh!
Now their offensive coordinator is their head coach. So I don't know. Who knows?
First of all, I love the call because I'm gonna call something kind of similar, but I just question Buffalo. I just like their defense is so sus. But America wants to see Josh Allen get a ring. That's for damn sure.
And the hobby needs Josh Allen to get a ring.
It really
true.
does.
That's a good point.
It'd be so pro hobby. Like if the Rams win, hobby doesn't give a shit about the Rams.
People just
Matt
don't love Matt
Stafford's
Stafford.
market is going to do nothing if they win the Super Bowl.
Literally
Just like
nothing.
Cardinals market got a little uptick, but nothing.
Maybe Blake Corum. Maybe Corum.
Yeah.
I definitely think Corum is better than Bijan Robinson. What do you guys think?
Wait, you want to run more Blake Corum autos? Have we not done that for the last 2 years?
Yeah,
everyone's just dying for him
You
to
don't
explode.
talk about Bijan Robinson that way. I
So,
heard that.
Tip, I don't know if you know, but Pat has he's got like a Bijan Robinson obsession. Just so you know. Affinity.
Well, I mean, that's not the worst obsession you could have.
I think you call him generational talent, which is pretty outlandish.
He's a generational talent.
He's not a generational talent. Good lord.
How long is it taking you to mop up one beer, dude?
Dude, it was a fairly large sized beer and it's everywhere. This is a problem because I don't want my wife to find out because she's gonna be fucking livid.
She'll blame you.
Your cat. It's on camera. Your cat did it. Get rid of the cat. Okay, so sorry. So Mike, you said Rams. Darsh, you said Bills. Neil, who's winning the Super Bowl this year?
Very, very, very unpopular pick. There's one person in America that's going to like me for this, and his name is JJK Sports. I'm going.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm going
Please
to
kick him.
Cowboys. I'm going with the boys.
What in
with
the
the
wide,
boys.
wide world of sports would you ever take a
They
swing like
have
that?
everything needed. They have everything needed.
They don't have
to
any
win a Super Bowl.
playoff experience or wins needed to
They have the
necessitate.
players. They have the players needed to win a Super Bowl.
You think they can win 4 games in the playoffs right now?
I'm counting on it.
How many playoff wins have they had in the past 6 years?
1.
And you think they can win 4 in a row this year?
Yep.
Okay, and that's why we're taking wild shots.
They don't have the team. They gave Micah.
love
They
it.
gave Micah to Green Bay.
Mike loves it.
They have both. They also stole Rashawn Gary from Green Bay. They
Yeah.
just signed Von Miller. Like they're bolstering everywhere they need to bolster.
Quinn
I don't
Williams.
see a
Downs.
weak link on the team, other than maybe running back. I don't know.
Dak is not a weakness, by the way, for the record.
Dak is not a weakness.
He's another guy that can score 42 points, but his defense gives up 43.
Genuine question.
The defense is there.
Who are their corners? Do they have corners? Like
Hooker's
I
a
think,
safety.
secondary good?
Hooker's a safety.
I just don't know. Their
no,
safeties are good,
Diggs
right?
is gone.
But, like,
I can't remember who. I don't
are they
remember
just like
who their
no
corners
names? No names.
Well, no, they've got freaking Caleb Downs, and they're already saying he's a leader of the freaking team.
Yeah.
Is Caleb a
believe
corner?
that. Dude.
Or he's a
would-
DB. He's a
like
DB.
Caleb.
I don't know that he actually is cornerback. Just
Yeah,
kind
he
of like
might be.
Pat
I love the
Pat
Caleb
Bryant
pick.
is a flex.
Caleb is a
He's like a hybrid. Yeah, he's
I
like a
think
little
he's just
yeah,
listed
he's
as
a
a DB.
linebacker. He's a safety.
Yeah,
He's like everything.
So they
He's
got
everything.
Malik Hooker and Downs back there. Like their defense is sound. We'll see, but it's a Jerry Jones run team, and you talk to any Cowboy fan, they're not
It'd
going to
be
win until
fun.
Jerry does.
It'd be fun if they did. It'd be fun.
no, I mean, it
You know
would
what,
be
though?
fantastic for the hobby.
I love it. It's a wild swing. Why not? You guys already know mine.
I will be putting a few doll hairs on that.
What's that, Darth?
Oh, yeah.
Whoever's the most wrong when we reconvene at some point, like
There should be repercussions.
like
Like you have to
what?
drink a beer out of a bowling shoe. Kind of thing. Yeah.
1,000%.
yeah, like
Yeah.
shave their
Shotgun.
head. Oh wait,
Yeah, I'm out.
Real nice, Darsh. Thanks, buddy.
Same, bro.
no, it's because all
Shave your
4 of you.
eyebrows?
It's just me. It's just me here.
Shave your face, maybe. Well,
The
we're
rest
out
of
on
us
that.
have to wear a wig.
Back.
Okay, so Pat, give you a recap. Mike said the Rams.
Darsh
Darsh
said Bills.
Darsh
the
said Bills.
I like that pick.
I said them boys.
Neil's been doing crack cocaine. He wants the Cowboys. Does someone do crack cocaine? I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I know a
that's the
couple
right
streamers
verbiage.
who do.
I used to smoke
You do
cocaine before they
smoke
called
it?
it crack.
Again, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I already told you guys. I think the Broncos are
That's a good pick.
they're pretty chalky in my opinion. I'm trying to.
It's gonna be a Broncos Rams Super Bowl.
Is Bo
What's
ready
that?
for the spotlight though?
It's gonna
Where's
be a
the- where's
Broncos
the
Rams
actual-
Super Bowl.
Where's the Super Bowl this year, by the way? Is it Vegas or is that next year? Super
Vegas and
Bowl-
Puerto
I have
Rico.
no clue.
Pat, please don't give a homer answer and just say the Patriots.
It's
I'm
in
not-
SoFi. It's SoFi. So Rams in SoFi. Holy cow!
That'd be
They lose that game 10 times out of 10.
Legitimately, I think my answer is going to be not well received. I think Mahomes is going to come back, win comeback player of the year.
Homer.
They add K9. That's a good football team, and Mahomes has proven he does not need good wide receivers to win football games. He doesn't really need a good overall team to win football games, to be honest. Travis Kelce's aging. I still think he'll be productive. I think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm going to be honest. I
don't think Kelsey plays a lot, and I think that's a good thing.
think
You
he'll
saw him
still be
last-
productive, though. He'll do what they need him to do.
He'll be
and
efficient.
That'll be fine.
Noah
Yeah,
Gray
because,
season.
Again, Mahomes does not need a lot to win. He's just one of those guys that he can do it with plumbers and electricians, and he'll do just fine. That's my pick. I think he's going to come back. It's going to be this big thing. How's he going to be after the ACL? I think he's going to play lights out because Tom Brady, if you guys remember, had that horrific leg injury, came back, and the second half of his career was arguably better than the first.
I was
So
at a
I
bar
think
watching when he tore his ACL. Wasn't it a preseason game too?
it was. I think that's what we're going to see here. It sounds generic and it sounds, like what the NFL
Like a
wants
homer
to happen.
pick? Like it sounds like a homer pick?
And I do think that's what's going to happen.
I think
So I'll
that's a
give you
great take,
I'll give you
honestly.
Vegas odds right now. So here are Vegas odds. Rams 1, Ravens 2,
That's
No.
actually
Bills
kind of
3,
Trash money.
Darsh, Seattle 4. I don't think Seattle could repeat in a boring way. Patriots 5th, Chiefs 6th, Eagles 7th, Chargers 8th. Chargers? Okay.
Chargers.
They can't win a playoff game.
They're
but
gonna
they
be
think-
they're gonna
The
be good,
offense
but
is
they're
going to
not.
be something to talk about. Let's
Neil,
Yeah, I think Mike
Cowboys are not in the
McDaniel is
top
gonna
10.
make a difference.
Hey, Omari and Hampton's a top 10 pick in every fantasy team right now. Or
Oh, I
league.
believe it. I mean, look at what
Omari
McDaniel's.
and Hampton is the most slept on player in this upcoming season.
If he can stay healthy.
I think
If he can
I
stay
think
healthy.
he's a buy. Mike McDaniel's offense, all running backs eat, and Omari and Hampton's good. I think he's a buy.
Yeah.
As long as he stays healthy, he's going to be fantastic.
Okay, boys and boys. So we're gonna do MVP pick, and then if you guys have any questions, we're gonna do roundtable, and you can
Oh,
hit up
shit.
anyone specific that you want with that question. MVP pick. I'll go first.
We know yours.
God, I sound like such a homer, and I have no affiliation to the Broncos, but typically MVPs, the quarterback is about an 82% chance of winning an MVP any season. I'll go Bo Nix. Go ahead, Tip.
Who did I pick to win the Super Bowl?
Good Lord, Cowboys.
No way.
Oh,
Cowboys,
okay.
baby.
He's a Mississippi State fan, by the way.
Dak
He's a homer.
Prescott wins MVP and the Super Bowl same year. Tell me I'm wrong.
Now I
If
know
they
why you're
win the
cheering for the
Super Bowl,
Cowboys.
there's no way he does not win the MVP.
You're
Fight
bugging.
me.
You're bugging.
He's a stat guy.
Wait,
Okay.
is it Super Bowl MVP or is it just MVP for the season?
MVP.
No, he's the MVP of the NFL. The Cowboys
All right.
finally get their shit together, put a season together, win some playoff games. Dak Prescott's MVP of the NFL this year.
You have
Tip,
beautiful
I'm
blue
not
eyes,
saying
but
I don't
you're
believe
wrong.
in you, but I would bet my house that the Cowboys don't win the Super Bowl and Dak Prescott is not the MVP next year. But good on you. You're taking wild swings, and that's what this is all about.
When you're convicted, you're convicted.
No, you should be convicted, all right.
You should, yeah,
All
you should be forced to
I
serve
should
30
plead
days in
guilty.
federal prison.
Who wants next? MVP.
I can go. I'll keep mine short and simple. Number 10 is going back to back. It's Drake May. He was
He
the
didn't win
MVP
it.
last year. Let's be real. He was the
No.
MVP if you break it
Drake May
down.
wasn't the MVP last year.
If you break it down,
He lost.
We're not talking about your own MVP standings, Pat. We're talking
you-
official.
Not
MVP.
on your scroll. It's not on your
Yeah,
scroll.
It's not all about your scroll, Pat.
if you have half
When
a
you
brain,
said 10's going back, that would literally mean Stafford's going to win it again. Like, what are we
No.
talking about?
And he's,
he's not
number
number
9.
10. Drake May is going back to back with MVP awards because he's the uncrowned MVP of the NFL.
That's who's
Not how
okay.
it
Yeah,
works.
who
You know
won the
what?
That's how it
2020 election?
What?
We're not going there. We don't talk politics. Okay, so you're saying Drake May. Suck
Yeah.
it, Scott. Okay. Darsh, what are we thinking?
The only real 2024 quarterback who deserves to even be in this conversation, it's not Bo Nix. It will never be Jaden Daniels. It won't be Drake May. It's gonna be your boy Caleb Williams, and you're all gonna have to accept it.
That's a
He's on the
homer
cover of
pick.
Madden. He's on the cover of Madden. He's more athletic than anyone else in the NFL, and all his peers believe it. Even Micah Parsons, who happens to just be on the Packers, but
Yeah.
just saying, it's Caleb.
I forgot to paint my fingernails for this.
That's right. I have
paint my
a
nails
bold
every
prediction.
Thursday.
Guys, I have a bold prediction. I've said it in a couple podcasts. I'll say it again. The Bears don't make the playoffs this year.
I agree with that actually.
The Bears don't make. I think the Lions and the Packers make the playoffs. I think the Lions are going to win the division, and the Packers are going to win the wild card.
They have no secondary right now.
I think the game tape is going to wreak havoc on Caleb Williams.
Defense wins championships.
Yeah, they have no corners. The Bears are a good team. I just think the NFC Central is pretty low.
They're gonna be fun. They're gonna be fun. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know that
Kyler
they
slinging it
can
in
match
Minnesota.
what they-
That's gonna be fun.
I just don't know that the Bears can match what they did last year. I'm not. It makes no difference to me. I'm a Jets guy, so it don't matter. I'm rooting for the Bears. Fuck it, whatever. But
Did you just
I don't know
say
that
you're a
they-
Jets guy?
Yeah.
unfortunately, yes, I am.
What a
Yeah, I haven't-
bandwagoner, right?
Who hurt
What a
you?
bandwagoner.
Who hurt you?
A lot of people along the way.
Vinny Testaverde hurt him.
I'll offer you therapy, free therapy for that.
I'll say
Yeah.
one of my sleepers this year. We didn't really have a sleeper category, but Braylon Allen is a huge sleeper for me. I'm
Braylon
a Badger
Allen's a
too,
buy.
but like
He's a
Brees
buy.
has
He's always
a
hurt.
strained groin, right?
Out 3 weeks. He'll be back for the regular season, but he's a buy. He's a good player.
But there's something about Braylon Allen, like Blake Corum,
He's a
those two.
moose.
It seems there are some Chiefs homers in the chat. If Chris Jones has a strained groin, that's going to be a large problem.
A large
true.
problem, like massive. Okay,
Large
Mike,
problem.
we're gonna end with you. MVP pick.
MVP. I think I was gonna pick him for something else earlier. I forget what we were gonna pick. I'm gonna go Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow's got a
They-
lot to prove this year.
They need to win then, and their defense
agree.
still.
I agree with
I
that.
think Joe Burrow's got a lot to prove. He's gonna finally stay healthy, and I think if he stays healthy for at least maybe he misses a game, but I think statistically, the regular season MVP, I think Joe Burrow wins it.
I'm on record as saying
No one
that
hates
Joe
that.
Burrow is the most overrated person in the hobby. So I honestly hope that comes true because, man, the hobby Burrow's market is already super high. Imagine when he stays healthy and does something, it's gonna freaking lose its mind.
Can we make it all
Yeah,
season without saying Toe Burrow? Wouldn't that be nice? Can we
Oh,
just
yeah,
not
I
say
think he's
Toe
for
Burrow
sure.
this season?
He's gotta have one healthy season, right? Like he's gotta have one.
If he
Problem is
doesn't,
his O-line
like,
still
if-
sucks. His
if he
O-line
gets
still
injured
sucks.
this year, like his market's gonna just tank.
Coaching
I
is
gotta feel like
questionable.
The best
I
that
like
never
it, and I
was.
think America wants to see Joe Burrow and like Josh Allen do
sure.
well. Like the
I
hobby
also
wants.
think like I don't know, there's some weird shit like with like the whole Jaden Daniels suing thing going on. America's gonna love Burrow a little bit more now.
It's
I
not a
just
good.
think
The optics aren't good for JD5. That it got a little
yeah.
silly.
So, but I think it's just like everything's going in his direction always at all times. He's due for like just a banger of a season, you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
before
want to see it.
guys, I cannot thank you enough. We spent way more than 2 hours. We spent 3 hours together. We have the Darshan. Say hi, Darshan. We got LynchCardLocker. We got PatMaHighKnee. Where's your cat?
She's somewhere doing.
And now we got Tip of the Sip. I'm so sorry. If you
Hell
kids
yeah,
are
dude.
watching, he's giving you a thumbs up. You guys, I cannot thank you enough. We had an amazing time. I cannot wait for episode 2 so we can call out some of you guys on your bold predictions, like Tip grabbing the Cowboys and Dak Prescott for the Super Bowl
That
and
was
MVP, just
crazy.
straight up asinine. Homer picked by Pat with the Pat Mahomes, whatever. We got it. We get it.
Homer pick.
Anyway.
I'm not even a Chiefs fan.
You're
Your
not?
name's not even Pat.
I'm a Patriots fan.
Yeah, your name's not even Pat, so that's fair.
I'm a Patriots fan.
Good thing it's taken to the end of 3 hours for us to realize that. To wrap it up, you guys are the best. I grabbed you 3 because you all had the same kind of like energy and the same kind of stream that I love hanging out with. Little did I know you guys were actually really good friends. How cool is that? I literally
Yeah,
had no
it's
idea
awesome.
you 3 were friends.
That is
And
awesome.
I think that says a lot.
Honestly, that means the world to us, I think. Like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, because I thought you invited us because you knew how close we were.
Had no
Like,
idea. I think Darsh,
yeah.
you said it in like a coach show, like, "Oh, my boy Pat and Mike." I'm like, "Wait, you know them?" I literally had no idea.
Yeah,
I wanted to grab 3 personalities that like left it all on the field. I wanted that in a round table, and I grabbed you three. And little I know that you guys were great friends. And by the way, I'm saying all this with tips flipping me the middle finger. And so,
Yeah,
professional
you just sitting
podcaster
there
right here.
just fucking. You just.
Professional podcaster right here. Guys, love you
Yeah.
guys. I cannot wait to have another show. Thank you guys so much. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, man, it was the
Thank you.
best. Thank you.
And done.